Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Let me show you 12 new features that were introduced with patch 12 last week. Hey girls and guys! I know, patch 12 came out over a week ago, but I took a few days off, so I didn't have a chance to immediately cover patch 12. Also, a new raid mission came out and I have been trying it out, trying to figure things to explain everything properly in a guide, which I published yesterday. Feel free to check it out if you don't know how to proceed with the Vault 94 mission Meltdown. Moving forward, I'm going to present you 12 new features that were introduced with patch 12, and by that I mean new features that were introduced which didn't exist in the game before. Also, I intend to publish another video tomorrow with major changes that came with patch 12, which means I will present you some major changes to previously existing features in the game. With that being said, let's start this patch overview. The most notorious new feature introduced with patch 12 was the new instance technology system, which many people thought that wouldn't run that smoothly, and for my surprise, it actually does. Bethesda managed to release this new system without many flaws. The only bug I remember related to the instance technology is when a teammate ends up in a different instance than yours. But that happened only once to me. I don't think it's a common thing. And I'm very happy with the system. So far, you just have to create your instance as the team leader. You don't even have to connect to the radio frequency anymore. And you open the Vault 94 doors, then you select the raid's difficulty, and that's pretty much it. Everyone else in your team can just join you, and everything seems to work just fine, at least in almost 2 weeks for me, but again, it's just my experience. Besides the new instance technology, we also had Vault 94 opening doors, and with that we get 3 new missions, 1 per week. The first was Dead in the Water in last week. This week we have Meltdown, and for the next one we will have Washout. The Vault 94 raids have 3 difficulties: Novice, Standard, and Expert. They are designed for 4-man parties and they include lots of puzzles such as ID cards, keys for doors or just canisters, and even reactor keys. It depends on the tasks that you get. They are very random, but overall there are tons of puzzles to solve, and that's the only way to complete these new Vault raids. This is definitely one step forward in the end game content for Fallout 76, but there are many things to be done still, like a matchmaking system. There are many people who are not interested in Vault raids for several reasons, and one of them is how hard it is to actually find a party to do Vault raids properly. Vault 94 provides really challenging experiences, but inside you can also find unique rewards as well as legendary named bosses, which will naturally award you with legendary random items. Don't forget that you can get 3 unique armor sets as well. We waited so long for this one, but it's finally live. C.A.M.P display cases are now a thing, and you can choose different types of display cases for your camp. Some are for weapons, some are for armor, junk, and aid items, and you can even display your bobbleheads and magazines. That's awesome. To build one of the display cases, just access your C.A.M.P menu and you should find a new tab called Displays between stash boxes and floor decor, just to give you an idea where to find it. As you can see, there are 6 display cases in the list, and there are 2 for weapons. There is 1 for a bobblehead, 1 for general display, such as armor, junk, or aid items, and finally you have 2 to display magazines. To add any items to display, it is very simple and it works pretty much like the fermenter or even the player vendor machine. You just access the stash through the display case and then you select an item, and if it's suitable for this type of display, you will see the item moving from your inventory to the stash and it will get this award trophy icon near it. That's how you know what's being displayed in the current display case that you are accessing. For the general display case, not every aid and junk item can be added to it, so take note of this information. Also, display cases take a substantial amount of C.A.M.P budget, so keep an eye on that as well. I wanted to add all of them, but I couldn't. I even removed some other items from my C.A.M.P. In the bobblehead display, you can add a lot of them, but again, per bobblehead you add, it consumes C.A.M.P budget. So the more you add, the less C.A.M.P budget you will have at the very end. Possibly the most requested change for Nuclear Winter was the perk system, which didn't allow people to select what perks they wanted to play with. Now that has changed, and every time you get a duplicated card instead of getting just experience for the Overseer rank, you will also get a certain amount of tickets depending on the perk you get. This will allow you to trade tickets for perks that you don't own already. And again, each perk has their own cost. In general, perks that require more points in special are the most costly. I think that 9-point cards are the ones that cost the most tickets, but not always. I couldn't check very well because, as you can see, I have almost every single perk card in Nuclear Winter. But from the few I could see, that's how it works. Now, to unlock these cards, you need to select the cards you already own. I know the system is a little bit hidden. It took me a while to figure it out. But once you click there, you have a key to show all the perks that you don't own already. Then if you click in a perk that you don't have, you will get the option to purchase it. On PC, the default key is Control. So keep that in mind. I know the system is not so visible, but that's the way it works. With Vault 94 opening doors, new armor sets were introduced with patch 12. 2 of them are just normal armor sets. One is called Solar and the other is called Thorn. And for Solar, you will regenerate health for you and nearby teammates while your HP is above 60%. For Thorn, melee targets and melee attackers bleed. It is harder to detect while sneaking. Now, the highlight for these armor sets is the Strangler Heart Power Amor, which adds acid damage to all armed attacks and makes nearby enemies take acid damage. That's pretty impressive, plus this new power armor has better stats than any other power armor in game right now, which makes it the best to get and to use for the time being. We didn't just get new armor sets, we also got new crafting materials, and some of them are required to craft these new armor sets. How convenient. Besides the new Vault 94 steel, which you can only get by completing missions in this vault. And the rule here goes by: the higher the difficulty you complete, the more steel you will get. Also, you can only do 3 raids per day, as in reward-wise: 1 novice, 1 standard, and 1 expert. You can also get this new item called bulk ammo scrap from mid rewards and final rewards in Vault 94 missions. And as you can see, it contains lots of useful junk, which you very much need to craft ammo and other resources to do the missions and other things in Fallout. So keep the bulks because they only weight 1 per item, and if you scrap them, you will end up with all the items separated and you cannot scrap them back into this ammo bulk. The third new item in game is here at Berkeley Springs Station at Purveyor. Yep, you can come here to her And you will notice that the first item is no longer a legendary box, it's a legendary module, which you need to craft every new armor set piece that you get from Vault 94 missions. Now don't forget to select only one unless you need more, because the standard is 10 right now, and that's a lot of script. Besides, you might not need 10 at once. Just a small tip here. I'm sure you have noticed this one so far because it is really new to the game and it's very noticeable. Bethesda has added a new atomic shop standee to every train station out there in Appalachia. It's normally near the legendary machine or the news machine, which has no purpose. So it is very visible every time you walk or fast travel to a train station, just like this one at the Purveyor. Now keep in mind that this is not just for display, you can actually access the atomic shop through these standees. It saves you some clicks from going to the main menu and then click in the atomic shop tab. But I think this serves more as a reminder that they have a shop and that you can access it at any time in game. What can I say? This is a very bold marketing strategy. They most likely need more sales. If you are a regular at the atomic shop, you have surely noticed that there is something very different there. Bethesda has added 3 new songs to the shop, and you are no longer stuck with the old same track that we had for almost a year. Great news! It's more pleasant to browse their shop now with these jazzy, blues, soothing kind of songs. I really like what they did here. The songs really fit the Fallout 76 theme while not being too much. But that's not everything. It also gives me the vibes of shopping. You know, you have your time, you can browse as much as you want, you have the freedom to shop whatever you want. So if they have a music theme, I don't know if they made this or if they don't load it from somewhere. It was a really good choice, and yeah, thumbs up for this one, really. Well, Scout Armor mods have a fixed shop now, and it is located at the armory in the Enclave bunker. You have to head to the Wet Spring Service entrance, and you need to do the first Enclave mission to access this bunker. In case you are new to the game, I usually say this. And you need to head to the armory, which is located in the military wing right here. And then you go all the way to the command room, and then the armory is inside. You have this shop here, and now under notes you will be able to see that there are some new mods here. They are very pricey, as you can see, but you have tons of mods, so if you are using Scout Armor, this is great news, really great news. Don't forget to equip your hard bargain for a small discount, or buff yourself with charisma for even more discounts. But I heard that there is some bugs with the mods right now. When you try to mod your Scout Armor, some of the mods you purchase won't show up. So hopefully Bethesda will fix this as soon as possible. You have the mods. It would be great if you could use them too. We have more new items in the game. The Ultracite and the Raider Power Armor now have a Jetpack Mod. Who would say? And they both drop from the Queen. So make sure to do Scorch Earth if you want to get a chance at getting these jetpacks. I already got the Raider Jetpack from this run. And I have the information that you can also get the Ultracite Jetpack here. I mean, it's quite obvious since you get all the plans for the Ultracite Power Armor as well as the mods, so it would make a lot of sense if the Jetpack mod is also dropped by the Scorch Beast Queen through Scorch Earth. Nuclear Winter also got an update, and we now have the new Staircase kit, which works pretty much as any other kit in this mode, like the defense one or even the turrets. You find it in the world and then you can place it like a camp item. In this case, it looks like a simple metal staircase. You can put it almost anywhere. You can climb it to get a better view of the world. I'm kidding. Actually, the main purpose of this staircase is to help you climb elevated ground like mountains. Especially if you don't have frog legs, it can be very helpful if you have it in your inventory. I mean, in the quick bar. Through the inventory, it's a bit time consuming to place it. But yeah, I think it will be even more useful when we move to Morgantown. Right now, I don't see much use for it, but hey, feel free to use it. It's there for that. The last new feature I have for you is about burned books and magazines being able to give you something now. Yes, you can pick them up and scrap them for clout. This is quite interesting because burnt books are very common in game, and sometimes I have issues farming clout, not that I need it much, but when I do, finding pre-wired money, which is the main source of clout, can be a bit challenging. So now we have different sources for farming clout, which is always welcome in my opinion. On the other hand, I haven't really found many magazines or any at all besides the one in 8 that gives you buffs. So I'm not entirely sure what they meant with magazines. Maybe they're just like burnt books. It's just I didn't find them yet. Maybe. Before I finish this video, I want to give you some extra as usual, and it's about bugs. You probably guessed it right, and we can start with the weekly challenges. Find silo cut pieces is bugged for many people. And by many people, I mean most of you who try to complete this weekly challenge. I read comments, I checked Reddit, and it seems like almost everyone is having issues with that weekly. Moving on, I had this amazing supply crate or aid drop following me around every time I fast travel. I heard that some people get scorched beasts who drop off the sky when they get killed. I haven't seen that yet, but this box followed me almost everywhere, even inside my camp, literally. I don't know how it got there. I have a roof. But yeah, as you can see, it's the same loot every time, so it was the same exact box. The Power Armor exit bug has mutated, and now you will see yourself inside the Power Armor still, while being able to aim and shoot, but you can't do anything else. Even when you die, nothing gets restored. The only way to get out of this state is again to exit the game and restart it. It's super annoying and it can ruin your game experience, especially if you are inside a vault. And here is another case. It's not me, but it happened to someone else in my team. So guys, don't leave your power armor when you are doing an event or a mission. Also, terminals seem to bug out sometimes in Vault 94. The only way is to exit the terminal and try again, otherwise it will stay black forever and ever. It's definitely a great way to lose standard or expert if that keeps happening. I have also found a few legendary creatures that have no loot when you kill them, just like this legendary ant. Nope, no legendaries for me. I wonder if that's a nameplate display bug again. Moving on, there is a new team bug, or several bugs, I'm not sure anymore, where you invite people and they cannot accept, or they invite you, you accept, and nothing really happens, and then you need to either relog the server or, wait for it to expire and invite again. It might also happen like in here, where you accept and you enter and leave the team in a matter of a second. Like you don't do anything and that just happens. I feel like there is a huge delay in some servers and that is why this sort of thing keeps happening. But in this case, we were almost 10 minutes trying to form a team, no joke. So it is that serious that sometimes you get an error saying that the team has been disbanded when no one has done anything. Like, what? Here's an example of another magnificent display bug in your map. No, the nuked area is not that big. It's just a bug in the map. It shows like that, but in reality, the nuked area is normal size, just like any other nuke. Also, I have experienced this really nasty bug with the power armor with my Strangler Heart piece. I can't equip it into my frame. The only way is to go through the workshop and equip it there. I guess because it's an atomic shop piece and you cannot normally equip it in the frame. Well, I really freaked out when the first thing happened because I didn't know you could actually equip it through the workshop. But that seems to fix things, so there you go. If it happens to you, you know what to do now. Patch 12 introduced a lot of new things to the game, as well as updates and changes to existing systems and features, which I'm going to present you in another video tomorrow. For now, I'm going to conclude here, and these are the 12 things that are new to the game and that you probably should be aware of them. I'm Marta Branco, thank you so much for watching everyone, and if you are new around, you enjoyed what you saw, then feel free to click in the subscribe button below. I also have a Patreon page and the link is in the description below as usual. Feel free to check it out if you'd like to support me even further. That's going to be everything as I mentioned. I will see you guys in the next video. Adios, bye bye.